What is your cross? Jesus said, if any man would be my disciple, he must pick up his cross and follow me. For what's it going to profit you if you get the whole world, but you lose your life? What are you going to give in return for your life? So if you try to save your life, you're going to lose it. But if you lose your life for Jesus' sake, for the sake of the gospel, you will save it. You have to die on the cross for Jesus. You have to die on the cross with Jesus. What is your cross then? Well, first we have to say that only Christians have the cross. Someone without Jesus, though their afflictions and their hardships may look identical to the child of God's, yet there is a great difference. And even on the inside, they might feel the same. Yet the person makes all the difference, because a person is either a child of God or not. The child of God is one who apprehends by faith the infinite love of the Father. That's what makes him a child of God. The infinite love of the Father is that which caused Christ, his Son, to come down onto the earth, to give his life up for the sins of the world, and to remove the penalty of our guilt, to reprieve us from it completely, so that the judgment to which we must look forward is now a judgment of innocence and not of guilt. And you know who is your enemy now because you know this? The world. And the devil, the prince of the world, Satan, and he has all these things at his disposal to throw at you to try to get you to fall because you don't belong to him anymore. Let's just go down the list of all the things that he's got. You might find in yourself cancers, infirmities, injuries, heart problems, arthritis, all these things. You might find something in your mind that's not right. Depression, anxiety, loneliness, unhappiness, a lack of feeling affirmed in everything you do. Whatever it may be. Your property could be threatened by weather, by fires, by thieves. Your in the environment that you have, your culture. Certainly, we have all kinds of things in our culture trying to undermine our faith in God, trying to trip us up on the pathway of his commandments in order to corrupt our holiness before him. Think of the Apostle Paul in the book of Acts. He was hounded from town to town by these men who wanted to stone him because he was preaching Jesus Christ. They tried to kill him. He was even shipwrecked a couple times. So that's not even people doing that. That's the weather fighting against him. He was bit by a poisonous snake at one point. Everybody thought that he was going to die. In all these things, we are bearing the cross of Jesus. These are analogs to the suffering of Christ. And we know, because he has taken up all of our sins and the penalty has been paid, that none of our suffering is in fact God's anger toward us. It's not punishment for our sins. It's not God taking it out on us. But we know instead that it is his fatherly discipline. So what's your cross? And what's purifying you like silver? What is God doing with you in order for someone else? Look at Jesus. His cross was not for himself, but for you. What's your cross for? What are you going to do with it? What's the point of it? What's the purpose? What's the rationale for it? I don't know. Let's talk about it again sometime.